So as you see, we still have the same beautiful, simple, and extremely helpful dashboard. But I'll show you a couple of the cool new features. This environment has quite a few, well, 17 VPGs protected between multiple sites. Now, before we jump into all of that, I'll show you a quick rundown of what we're protecting here. We're going to an Azure site, and we're going to another vCenter site from this vCenter site. And then I can show you a whole bunch of VMs, or VPGs, our virtual protection groups. And what these are showing is which sites these protection groups are going to. So again, a protection group is what we use to protect one or more VMs together so they can be recovered from the same exact point in time. Some of these show 2 VMs, 1 VM, 6 VMs. They're going to or from sites, and what you'll see here in this new version is the failback from Azure East right here. Meeting SLAs, different RPOs that are happening, and then a really cool thing you can see under the VMs tab as well is if you have a VM in multiple virtual protection groups, then it's protected by our one-to-many feature. And one that you can see here is this virtual machine is in 2 different virtual protection groups going up to Azure. So very, very cool, very easy. And as you're protecting these protection groups, and I make a new virtual protection group and name it something like new VPG maybe. I can set the replication priority. I can pick all of the servers I want to protect together and recover together, or I could select VMs down here that are already protected by one-to-many by a different protection group. We'll hit next once they're all over there. I can do boot ordering if I want to change boot ordering, which you probably should in a VPG of this size, depending on what applications there are there. You can pick from all your different sites, and I'm going to pick this Azure, set my journal history, target Rpo Alert, which initially all that does is let me know when my RPO is going above that point in time, or that RPO. So it doesn't schedule RPO. Of course, remember we have no scheduling, so we'll just warn if RPO is above that SLA right there. And then we have storage and journal sizing, so that's all part of our SLA as we build this out. This is the recovery plan in this virtual protection group. So how do you want to recover these VMs? Do you want to signify temp data? We won't get into any of that now. Which networks do I want to connect to on failovers or failover tests? And then I can hit done, and it builds that VPG. I'm going to cancel it. And I do have some VPGs that I can already fail back. So I run my failover test, and I can see how I have Azure East here. Some doing failing back from Azure East, some failing over to, some failing over to London. So I'll select a few of these, and those failover tests will run to see I can run my DR test on failback from Azure, fail over to Azure, and fail over to my vCenter here. I could be going to Hyper-V, cross hypervisors. You already know all that. I can go back in time and select checkpoints from the previous, couple seconds before my disaster, or go with the latest. But I'll just keep these latest right now and say start failover test. So now what's going to happen, as you see, they're all going to run and start failing over these VMs for me. And as soon as this test finishes, I can jump over to these clients and show you that VMs have actually failed over. And you can see average RPO across my sites was 10 seconds, 7 seconds. So it's pretty powerful in that it makes it really, really easy to correlate RPO with our IOPS and throughput over here. And as my test is running, I get the opportunity to click into my London data center and see some testing VMs that have come up, in addition to the production ones that were already running. And then in my Boston, I have the same thing, all these production servers that were running. So very, very easy to do, very powerful. I'm going to stop my test, and that will automatically clean up those environments for me, and I can say, hey, my test was successful. Give me a failover test recovery report, sign and date that, and you know you're compliant.